Yeah, we live. We live. Welcome once again. How's everybody doing today? It's Dr.
We are
Anthony Ladson.
live.
Yeah, we live now. Yeah, we just wanted to make sure that it's going on. It's going on. So once again,
Okay.
that's Dr. Anthony Ladson. It's my beautiful wife, Dr. Kim Ladson. Say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? It's another day. Just another day. And you just want to come back again because yesterday we did a little, a little talk about, writing your book and different things you can do by writing your book. But I want to ask you a question. What do you think are the top three reasons people don't write a book?
Mm.
What are the top three things or reasons why you think people won't write their book? Because I come across a lot of people that say they want to write a book. And I ask them why you didn't write your book before. They give all these excuses, I'm tired, or I didn't know how to format it. I can't get the idea out of my head into my hands and onto the paper. I got all these excuses. So what do you think are the top three reasons people don't write a book? And that's what we're going to have a conversation about today. So
Love it.
what do you think? What do you think?
Listen, I love it. Listen, we have, just looking at my own experience, it's been years. I used to say years ago, I want to write a book. I want to write a book. And then I would say someday, and then one day, and then maybe. And so, yeah, this is good. And honestly, there are a lot of people out there. You know, there's a book in you. You know, there's a message in you, and you've been telling yourself, I'm going to. So we're gonna really look into what's really stopping you. What's the causes? What's the problem? What's the issues? And so let's deal with it.
If you're going to deal with it now, because I want you to get out of your head and write your book. Because you got, like my wife said, you have a book inside of you, you got a message, and God didn't give you a message so it could just stay in your head. God gave you a message so you can share it with the world so they can experience all the successes that you have in your life. But that's what your message is. That's what your message is how you overcame whatever challenge you overcame. How did you overcome that challenge? So that could be your message. So let's get into what I say, no more excuses. Conquer
No,
these top three excuses. Write your book. I was going to
no,
say something else. But I said, nah, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna just keep it level. So
keep
no
it
more
level
excuses.
today.
No more excuses. Conquer these top three excuses and write your book. So what do you think one of the excuses are?
Well, you know what I just said, my biggest thing that got me was procrastination. I just kept saying one day and someday and maybe. So
Yeah, that's what happened to me too. I remember when I first, I said I wanted to write a book. It's like 2008. Yeah, 2008. I said, well, write a book. I said, okay, got my pen, my paper. I had an idea. I said, I'm gonna write a book about my life. Write a book about, when I graduated high school and my father died and all these other stories came to my head, but I picked one. I said, I'm gonna write a book. I sat down at the table, the kitchen table, had my notebook, had my pen, my eraser, had everything. I sat down. I said, I'm gonna write this book. I got the title. Put the title down.
mhm,
I said, I'm gonna write the book. Started writing. I had no idea, no framework. I said, I'm gonna start writing.
mhm.
About 4 hours, I was still there looking at my book. Still there looking at the paper. What am I going to say? I know what I want to say, but how I'm going to get out of my head and put on the paper? Because
Mhm.
I can write, or I think faster than I write.
Yes, yeah.
And if you like me, if you think faster than you write, you got these thoughts. Say, I'm gonna say this, and by the time you finish writing, you got another thought, and you say, well, I'm gonna say that too. And you just started writing and writing and writing, and
Mhm.
my writing like chicken scratch sometimes. And then I come back and try to read it. I like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, what's that word right there? No, it ain't that. It don't make no sense. So at the end of the day, I had a half a page of chicken scratch.
Wow. Okay.
A
Okay.
half a page of chicken scratch. So if you tell me to go back and read what I had, I got the title. I know what I started writing, but everything in between was like, what is that the or they? Is that Mike or mine? What it wasn't too good. Let's say it wasn't too good.
Wow.
Then the next day, I said, I got my idea now. I'm gonna write a little bit slower. I ain't gonna think as
Mhm.
fast. I sat down on the paper, on a chair, and
Mhm.
with the paper, started writing again, got the title. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna talk about, when I graduated high school and everything started happening, and I realized
Okay.
that it wasn't my fault that my father passed away. I said, I got it now. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down. Started writing. Then I said, what am I gonna put with it? What am
Mhm.
I gonna
Mhm.
add to it? How can I explain it instead of rambling on and on and on?
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
by the time the day finished, I had another half a page. Half was chicken
Ah.
scratch, and the other half was I'm gonna write about the story after I graduated high school and I realized I wasn't the reason my father died.
Mhm.
I paid
Mhm.
enough attention to keep him alive until the paramedics came. And when my sister told me that, it opened up my whole world of
Wow.
pay attention.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I was
Mhm.
like, it wasn't my fault.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
kept him alive until the paramedics came. And when they came,
Mhm.
they said it was too late, but he was still alive when they came.
And they go, all right. Wow.
So on that half a page, I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to frame it.
Mhm.
I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to put it on the paper.
Mhm.
And half a page, half was chicken scratch. The first time was a whole chicken scratch. This time was a half chicken scratch and half a thought, but it was progress. So
Uh, mm,
I had no more excuses on how
mhm.
to write. That's the point I want to put.
So
So
you just started writing.
I just started writing. I didn't know what I was
Mhm.
doing, but I started writing.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't know what I was doing, I started writing.
Mhm.
After that, I put it down and said, I'm gonna learn how to write a book. It took me a
Wow.
couple of years, but I learned how to write a book, and me and my wife learned how to write books, not just
Mhm.
write books, become an author. Because I told you yesterday, the difference between an author and somebody who write a book, somebody that just write a book, they're just writing a book. They have no
Yeah.
format. They might have a format, but they don't have a complete thought, and it's not hitting your heart.
Mhm.
But an author
Yeah.
has plan and a method to writing his book. Those are two. That's the difference between the two. So,
That's good. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
let's get
that's good. And
into.
you know what? That's a good strategy.
Say that again. You broke up a little bit.
I said that's a good strategy. I don't know. I'm hearing the echo in the background, but that's a good strategy. You know, we talked yesterday about the framework, but say to the people out there who say, I don't have a framework. I don't know what they could do what you did and just to start writing. And then afterwards, you know, you can always build the framework to what you have already written down.
Mhm.
So it's just sometimes it's just the start that stops many people.
That's the start that starts a lot of people. That's a good word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the first reason or the first excuse, you just said it, procrastination.
Procrastination. Hmm.
That's one of the most common reasons people never write a book. It's procrastination. Why are you going to stop? You say, I'm gonna write, like my wife said, I'm gonna write a book tomorrow. I'll write a book the next day. Oh, I gotta go to work. I write it when I come home. When you come home, you're too tired. Then
Yep.
you wake up and say, I'm gonna write it before I go to work. You wake up too late, you gotta go to work. Even if you're not working, you still say, I'm gonna write the book. I'm gonna. That's the new word
Hmm.
of the day, gonna. I'm gonna write a book. I want to write a book. I might write a book. Every excuse you could come up with, that is underlying tone of procrastination.
Wow.
Stop and putting off tomorrow what you could do right now. If you can't do it right now, you can do it tomorrow. But you keep putting it off for tomorrow because tomorrow will never come because
Mm.
tomorrow is what today, or what is it? Tomorrow is the next day from today. So when you say
Mm.
tomorrow, when tomorrow come, it's still going to be tomorrow that day when tomorrow come, right?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to keep saying, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to keep coming around and
Yeah.
around. You're never going to get to it. So if
Yes.
you
Yes.
say, I'm going to write my book now,
Yes. Yeah.
write the book now. Now can be 10
Yeah.
minutes from now. Because every
Mm.
time you say now, 1 second from that now is another now.
Wow.
So just say,
Wow.
I'm gonna write my book now.
That's right. Yeah. And
Don't matter.
maybe you
Go ahead.
No, maybe people could put in, really say to yourself, put it in the chat, write it down. I'm going to write, I'm going to write my book now. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now, which makes it different. It's a different, our words really frame really our actions and our mindset. So we always say tomorrow or someday, that, like you said, that I was saying someday turned into 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, ten
Hmm.
years before I finally took the time to write my book. And so, yeah, saying I'm gonna do it now. Yeah,
You do it now because now is now. What's the
now,
second word? The
now,
second
now,
excuse?
now. But let me.
What's the second?
So,
What's the second excuse?
uh, I don't know. You show you tell us what's the second excuse.
I'm glad y'all asked. That's what I was waiting for. I'm glad
Should
y'all
I put
asked.
some roll to this?
Perfectionism.
Ah,
That's another obstacle in writing your book is your desire for it to be perfect.
mm,
You want your book to be perfect. You want to cross every you want to dot every I, cross every T. You want every word to be cohesive. You want it to look perfect. You want it to be on a Amazon bestseller and the Barnes and Noble bestseller, and it got to look just right. It don't have to look just right. Yeah, we
yeah.
go we go we go for perfectionism. Yeah, to the best of our ability. You want it to be perfect, but as you waiting for that perfectionism, you're wasting a lot of time.
Mm,
You're trying to write, oh, I gotta get this thought out of my mind. You got a whole page. And instead of writing the next page or the next chapter, you go back to
mm-hmm,
the first chapter. I'm gonna stay on to it till I get it perfect. And every time you say I got it perfect, another thought come in your mind. So I can add that to it.
mm-hmm,
I can add that to it. Oh, I'm gonna add this word to it. I'm gonna add. I remember my friend. He told me one thing. I'm gonna add that to it because that's a good point. You're
yeah.
gonna be on that same chapter for so long. The next you could have done four more chapters while waiting and doing that one chapter that you're saying, oh, I could write on this, I could write on that, I could expand this,
Absolutely.
expand that.
Yeah.
You're trying to be perfect. What do you say?
No, I mean it's true. I think about one of the things that our mentor shared with us, Les Brown. One of the things he said was, "Listen, you don't have to be great to get started, but you do have to start to be great." And so we don't have to be perfect in order to start our book. And if you look at any books, I guarantee you may find some errors in it, and it's okay, right?
Mhm.
And anything that's worth having, it's worth doing badly first, right? Not intentionally, but it's worth failing or learning or just growing in it. And so, I'll say do it anyway. Do it anyway. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be you. And that's the real, I think the mistake is that we think people are looking for perfection and they're not. The people, your readers, they are looking for you. They're looking for your voice. They're looking for who you are, because that is what's going to make the impact. You can have a perfect book, you can have a perfect framework, you can have everything dotted to the I, but it doesn't speak to the reader because it doesn't have your voice in it. So the main thing is you want to give you. Think about just that before you learn about it has to be perfect.
Yeah, 'cause that's one.
Yeah,
That's another thing that's stopping you from being an author. Yeah, every author want to be perfect, but that's not
yeah,
stopping them from writing their book.
yeah,
It's not stopping them from releasing the ideas in their head into their hands onto the page.
yeah.
That's not going to stop you. That's why you need frameworks. Frameworks
Mhm,
will stop you from being or have that perfectionism. Was it? Yeah. Stop you from having that perfectionism attitude or mindset that you can't go on unless you have it all framed up in your mind and it's on the page and you see it. It's perfect. But when you
mhm,
say it's perfect, you're still gonna add more stuff to it.
mhm.
Have that mindset. You don't have to be
Absolutely.
perfect. It can be finished. You don't have to be perfect. Go on at to the end and then come back and read it instead of just trying to be perfect right then and there. And that's wasting a whole lot of time.
Mhm. I think really the thing is like just get it out, right? Because there are so many you've been waiting for years. People have been waiting for years. Just get it out. Put it out there. Write it on the paper. And there's some other
It's,
ways that you can do it too. If you're not a, a writer, you can explain that, Dr. Ladd, the different ways, and maybe you'll do another one on that, on how you can put your words to paper or put it in book format. If you say, well, I'm not a writer, I can't, like Moses said, oh, I'm not a speaker,
mm,
but there are different ways now, technology that we can use to get your message out there.
absolutely. And number three, fear of
Ta-da.
criticism. The fear of criticism or rejection can be a powerful deterrent for potential authors. Even if you're an author already, it's a deterrent because you're always thinking, oh, what if I'm not good enough? What if they say it doesn't make any sense? Or why did they write this book? Who gave them the authority to write this book? Why did they write this book? Who they think they are? All those thoughts and all those words and opinions of people don't mean a thing. It's your story, it's your message, and it's your
Absolutely.
interpretation of how you want to release it to the world. Don't worry about what they
Ab-
think. Don't worry about what they
no.
say. It's your message.
Absolutely. I say get a garbage can and put all the people's opinion and just dump it in there. It doesn't matter. Forget about what people say. Who gave you the authority? God gave you the authority. If you got the message, if it's in you, then you have the authority to bring it out. If you don't have a message, then it's not for you to bring it out. But if you have that message, it's in you. The fact that you have it gives you the authority to give it,
Mm.
right? Because
Yeah,
if
say
you
it
didn't
again.
have it, yeah, the fact that you have it gives you the authority to give it. No one gave it to you. God gave it to you. So another person's opinion, well, who says who cares? Who cares? Because really, that message, we have to look at it like this: that our message or our books, really, when we talk about being an author, is not for you, but for other people, for you to help change someone's life, for you to help better someone's life. That's why it's important for you to get it out.
Yeah, it's important for you to get it out. Because
Yeah.
think of it like a seed. Your message is a seed. And since it's a seed, once you plant it, it's going to produce fruit. So whatever your message is, maybe it's a message that you overcame something. Since you overcame it, and that's a seed within you, once you put it on a book or once you release that message, the person that receives it is going to go inside their heart or their soul or their spirit, whatever way you want to say it. It's going to go in their spirit. It's going to produce fruit. What's the fruit? They're going to get the same results that you have gotten if you explain it to the best of your ability in your message. How you overcame whatever you overcame. You did it this way in the framework. You did it this way,
Mhm,
you did it that way. You give some obstacles you might have to overcome, but they still can overcome it because you overcame it. And
mhm,
since you overcame it, you planted that seed. If they follow your message and follow your method and follow your framework, they'll get the same results you have got. So that's why your message is so important. Your message is really a seed to help those that God called you to minister to or call you to serve. Give it out so when they receive it, they're gonna get the same fruit
mhm.
that you received because you overcame the same situation.
I love that. I love the fact that you said it was a seed. I mean, that is powerful. Your message is a seed. I didn't even think about it like that. Your message is a seed, and many of us, we're holding on to our seeds, and
Mm,
we're not going to see the fruit. We're not, and we're wondering why different things are not really happening in our lives, or we have different goals, not knowing that you have a seed that can produce millions in your life. You have a
mm,
seed that can change your living status. You have a seed, but if you hold on to it, that seed will never grow. If you hold on to it, that seed will never bear fruit. And so we think, oh, we got we just said the procrastination, or someday, or it has to be perfect. And what if someone criticize? What if it ain't right? We're holding on to the seed,
mhm.
and our job is to plant that seed, to release that seed, so that the fruit can grow. Woo, that's a powerful
Yeah,
thing right there. I didn't even think about it like that. You said that. Woo, a
yeah, it's a
message is
seed.
a seed. Wow,
The message
wow,
is the seed.
that's
And one of the
good.
ways to release that seed is to release it into your book
It's releasing
as
into
an
your
author,
book.
not just writing a book as an author, because an author going to strategize on how he's going to plant that seed and how he going to cultivate the ground before he plant the seed. Once you
Mm,
cultivate the ground of that person who's reading your book, they're going to have that seed planted within the good soil which you already cultivated in their life just by reading your book. But we're going to go into that a little bit deeper in the other teachings because, like I said, I don't want to keep it too long. It's already 20 minutes, and we just want to share with you in the conversation. The conversation of top three excuses people who or top three excuses that prevent you from writing your book. Just want to talk, have a conversation. And the top three are procrastination,
mhm.
perfectionism, and fear of criticism. So we just wanted to share that with you. And where's this at? Want to share that with you and let you know that you have a message, you have a mission. Your mission is to release your message to the world so they can get the same results that you have got. Why? Because you are the messenger. So what do you want to
I
say?
love it. Beautiful. No, I love it. There it is.
It
I'm
is?
gonna
Okay.
release my message. That's it. That's it.
Release
And
my
then
Type in the feed, I'm gonna release my message. That's what it is. Type in the feed, I'm gonna release my message.
release
So
my message. Yes. All right.
we're gonna come back. Like I said, we're gonna come back, look out for us. We're gonna say, you got a message, you got a mission, release your message, type in the feed, and we'll see you next time. So next time, be blessed.
All right.